Gina. Lunch.
Morning, Ronnie, me old mate. Stan. Partridge. One of your clients, remember? Second most promising young actor in 1966. Yeah, I was just calling to see what you got for me this morning. Yeah. No. Ah, no. Right, thanks. Yeah. For nothing. Perhaps I should withdraw my talents from the profession. Let them stew in their own juice. Must be something else I can do. Some position of authority calling for initiative, charm, drive. It's not going to be my day. Oh, Cyril. Cyril. Not you, too. Assistant Fisheries Officer. Loot maker. Could I make a loot?
My God. Stanley! What happened last night? Did I say terrible things to him? Did I say worse things to him than he said to me? Should I be abject or angry? Oh, this is going to be one of those days.
Assistant town clerk, jig tool operative. Fact is, let's face it, I'm almost totally incompetent. I'll put it this way. My abilities just don't command a market.
Good morning.
You want to be near the light, do you?
No.
Of course you do. I'll put you in the window so you can see out.
Can you help me?
Not at my age.
All right, George. I'll deal with the humans. What can I do for you?
Tell me, do you do gardening?
I am actually a gardener, my love. This is a gardening shop. That is what we do here, oddly enough. Gardening.
I mean, can you do my garden?
Oh, certainly, yes, we do gardening. What is it you want? Landscaping? Ornamental pool, sun patio with canopy and Regency-style table and chairs for quiet sundowners? Simulated brook compete with water plants, miniature gazebo and plastic ducks? I can hire you a hermit.
I just need to tidy up.
You look pretty spick and span to me.
The garden.
I know.
It's rather a mess. There's only me there, you see.
Leave it to us. I'll drop round and cast the professional orbs on it, shall I?
If you would. It's 12 Escadale Road.
12 Escadale Road. Yes, about 6?
That'd be lovely.
My pleasure, my dear.
Oh, excuse me.
Is there anything I can do for you?
You? You're joking. Oh, yes. I've just lost my rubber plant.
It hasn't come in here.
A humorist is all I need.
I tried to spread a smile. Would you like to come round the back with me?
What for?
To show you what I've got. George!
You must have your plants well trained. Do they always come when you call?
George, we're just going round the back. Look after the shop, will you? He may and he may not. This way.
You must have very low ceilings back there.
What, George? No, it's the gardening. He doesn't always bother to straighten up. He only has to get down there again. Anyhow, he doesn't like it all that much up here. He prefers it down there where his friends are.
Friends?
The vegetable kingdom. To him, plants are more human than people. He sees us the way we see nettles. This way. Now, what is it you're thinking of?
Well, it's like this, you see. I had this rubber plant. Do you mind if I sit down?
That's really for gnomes.
I'll get up if one comes. I had this rubber plant, you see. Lena bought it for me in the first flush of... Lena's my... Anyway, got sick. Don't know what it was, some sort of wasting disease. I think it was the atmosphere in a flat got it down.
Oil stove?
Acrimony. You know. I wouldn't like to be a plant living in our flat. Stuck in a room with two warring humans. The air thick with resentment and flying plates.
I beg your pardon.
She murdered it, didn't she? I mean, she'd only stopped at the chicken casserole. At least the chicken was dead.
I'm sorry, you've lost me.
She threw it at me, the chicken. Missed as usual, hit the dolly. She's done it before. Serving supper like a tennis ball.
I suppose we all have to express ourselves.
Yeah, that's all very well, but to get up in the middle of the night and murder my plant...
How do you know she did?
Well, I didn't. It wasn't suicide.
So you want another rubber plant?
No, to remind me of the good times.
With the lady?
With the rubber plant. Great thing about plants is they don't expect you to communicate with them.
Yes, well, how about this? To you, £1.50.
Haven't you got anything smaller? Baby one.
Venus flytrap, sage keeping a spider.
What about this? That looks about my mark.
A blade of grass.
Ah, well, let's live dangerously. 130, you said?
140.
Pleasure to do business with you. Apart from paying.
He's obviously trying to get his own back on his mother. Smothering her with tea bags. Symbol of domestic servitude. He's so Freudian, it's almost funny.
Quick grow, this, is it?
Rampant.
Poisonous?
No.
Good. The worst comes to the worst, I can live on it.
Well, I'd better get back to the shop before George starts telling the people to the plants.
Don't let me keep you. Shan't pinch anything.
Not while I'm here.
Another thing is, you see, there's a possibility I might have murdered her last night.
Hello, Lena Peartree here. I'm afraid I shan't be in today. No, I'm afraid I can't tell you why, not now you've asked. Mr. Pomfret, you surely must see that if I tell you the reason now, the implication will be that I assume that you don't value my maturity and sense of responsibility highly enough to assume that since I must have a perfectly good reason for not coming in today, there's no need for you to know what it is. You surely must understand that if that were my opinion of your opinion of me, it would be quite impossible for us to work together. No, please don't apologize. Goodbye. Men. Oh. Hello? I'd like to... No, I don't want to record a message. I want to speak to Dr. Lamb. I need some support. Oh, never mind. Tell your master... Oh, never mind. Machines.
Murdered?
Possibly.
But wouldn't you know?
The events of last night are a well-known blank.
What?
Well, we've got into this pattern, you see. We're locked in a recurrent syndrome of mutual destruction. The argument starts some night when there's nothing on the telly. Accusations fly. We break the seal on the bottle of scotch we usually keep for friends, get blind drunk, start throwing things. Or she does. Staffordshire figures, chicken casseroles, anything not screwed down. I get in the corner in the fetal position to cover the vulnerable parts. Are they all clear? Fragile armistice? I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorrier than you are. She cries, goes to bed. I cry, go to bed. We make love as best we can. Sleep it off in each other's arms and tidy up next morning.
Sounds a workable arrangement.
So sadomasochism.
Have you considered divorce?
No.
Catholic?
Not married.
That is a problem.
Only this morning, two things were different. One, she'd slain my rubber plant. Two, she was lying there with a pillow over her face. She was due in at work at 10. What am I going to live on?
You know what I'd do? Take her back some flowers.
Lilies.
You're not a violent man.
I am inside.
Murder is outside.
So you think it's just wishful thinking?
Take her back some flowers. They're a great weapon. I know about these things. I'm not just a pretty face. I used to be a solicitor. In marriage cases, I can tell you, the well-timed bunch of flowers lost me a lot of business. Where have you gone? Good morning. I'm afraid we don't do repairs.
I want another rubber plant.
We don't do part exchange either.
I want one this size.
With foliage?
Naturally.
You've had a spot of trouble, haven't you? Listen, my dear, I hope you won't only look on me as your nurseryman.
What?
We're all set on this world together, so if there's something I think I can do for you, we shouldn't stand on ceremony.
What the hell are you suggesting?
It's all right. Here's a nice, healthy one, and look, I think it likes you.
It'll do. They all look alike to me.
But not to another rubber plant. Bit of domestic trouble, was there? Trouble with the boyfriend? A bit too much to drink, perhaps a touch of violence on your part. I'm not passing judgment. Men can be despicable, but in a final fit of justifiable rage, you killed his rubber plant.
Rubbish.
It's all right, my dear. Look on me as an uncle.
One of my uncles once tried to seduce me. One of my uncles, what am I saying?
It's all right, my love. I'm a happily married man.
So was he, till Auntie learnt what was going on.
Now you've decided on a placatory gesture. Very wise. He'll probably bring you back some flowers. You'll fall into each other's arms. You'll cook him a nice chicken casserole, watch a bit of telly together, and then...
Do I know you?
We're all members one of another, my dear. No, actually, I only opened up here last week. I used to live in Sutton, stockbroker belt. Keeping up the image, not my place, really. They ostracized me for wearing gumboots on a Sunday.
He did it himself.
What?
He broke it. He was really attacking my love for him. He's so Freudian, it's pathetic. An empty gesture anyway, it was dead already.
Your love or the plant?
The plant.
Not quite.
All right, it was euthanasia. Then he covered a nude with wet tea bags and left.
He'll be back. Did he take his other suit? They always do in desertions.
He hasn't got another suit.
Fishing tackle. Stamp collection. What was he attached to?
Nothing. He hasn't got anything. He doesn't do anything. He isn't anything. He's just a profitless layabout.
Well, that's something. And there was the plant.
He wouldn't take the corpse, would he?
So why do you want another? To remind you of him?
I want to put it in the window for him.
Like a candle.
That's right. He'll be slouching by one night in the rain after he's been thrown out by whoever's foolish enough to have him next, and he'll see it there, like a beckoning finger. He'll stand in the doorway, ears down, like a dog that's been put outside for doing a mess on the carpet. And I'll throw it at his head.
£2.50.
It'll be worth it. Why am I telling you all this?
I'm the understanding type.
Oh, I better go back and clear up the mess, I suppose.
Need anything else, do you? Flowers? Cacti? Put one on his seat.
As for flowers, he hasn't bought me one of those since they stopped giving them away with packets of detergent.
You were saying?
Oh, she's right, you know. I treat her badly. She treats me badly, too. She really needs a stable personality to look after her. She's father-fixated, you know, and I make a very sorry father figure. Anyway, she hated her father. Said he once tried to seduce her. Mind you, she said everyone once tried to seduce her. She had a pillar to post-adolescence, if what she says is true. But the lying bitch, would I murder my own rubber plant?
She has bought you a new one. It's a nice gesture.
As a missile?
I have a nice selection of flowers in the shop.
No, you can't throw flowers. I'll give her this. I can't cope with two plants. You don't think it's too masculine, do you?
Not nowadays. Well, I'm off over the road for my midday drink. Business hasn't been so good over there, so I tried to help them out.
Oh, I'll give you a hand.
Just a minute.
What's that all about?
I try to creep over unnoticed. It never works. For a pseudo-vegetable, he's very fond of his beer. Come on.
What about the shop?
78.
Oh, they won't take much. They're a nice lot around here. Sometimes they even leave the money. Of course, the next one in takes it. George, fancy seeing you here. George, this here is,
I have a stout, thanks.
Allow me. What'll it be?
Oh, I'll have a large Scotch. Very kind of you.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Not to say foolish.
Well, George, you got those tomatoes potted up?
Lots of people throw them away when they finish the roll.
What, George?
There's nothing better than the inside of a toilet roll for putting round your celery.
Yes, George, you tell me.
As it grows up, you hitch up another one on top and earth round that.
I'll bear that in mind.
It keeps it clean. And plant your peas inside the roll. Keeps the mice off.
They'll eat through them, George.
And cut them up into small pots for the seedlings. Start collecting them in the autumn. Ask all your friends.
People want a quiet drink, George. George is thinking of writing a gardening book. At the moment, he's on 100 things you can do with the inside of a toilet roll.
Put toilet paper round it.
101.
Oh, they've only given me a single. Do you want some water in it?
Don't bother. I'll get the next round while I'm up.
Cheers.
Kitchen rolls are useful too. You can pot on from a toilet roll to a kitchen roll.
I can see we're going to get on famously.
Hello? Dr. Lamb? Yes, I did ring. I spoke to your robot. Yes, I know I'm going to see you tomorrow. I just thought you ought to know that Stanley was up this morning covering the page 3 nude with wet tea bags. And I woke up with a pillow over my face. A dry pillow, but obviously there's a connection. So if I'm not in to see you tomorrow, perhaps you'll call the police. And you can take your fee out of my estate. Dr. Lamb, I'd love to work this out with Stanley in an adult fashion, if he were but an adult.
Can I have your glasses, please, gentlemen? Come on.
I've seen you before, haven't I?
I came in the shop.
No, before then.
Z-Cars, 68, played a villain.
No.
I did a biscuit commercial a couple of months back.
Might have been that.
Well, only the teeth, really. Biscuits had the starring role. I was more of a bit player.
You bit the biscuits.
Exactly. So it was a day's work and as many crummy bitlets as I could cram down me.
What was the name?
Crummy bitlets.
No, yours.
Oh, Partridge. Stanley Partridge, as in the bird.
Paisley. Dingley Paisley, as in the pullover.
And the Dell.
Dell?
Dingley Dell. Literary allusion. Pickwick Papers.
I'm not really a reading man, more a student of life. Life's more interesting, you know.
Well, it's all right if you like that sort of thing.
I take it you're not a religious man.
Oh, I am. I believe in a malignant deity that's got it in for me personally.
You know what your trouble is? Specialization. You're a one-job man. It's a curse of the age. Of course you get despondent. You're in a rut. Why be an out-of-work actor all the time?
What, you mean I could be a part-time out-of-work actor? Yeah. I have to be available, you see.
What for?
Work.
You said there isn't any.
Well, I still have to be available for it.
That could be arranged.
It's nothing illegal, is it? I'm not doing anything illegal, not since that Z cars. They all said I was too obvious.
Nothing like that. No, a nice open-air job. Useful, interesting, productive.
I could be productive.
Come along, please. It's long past time.
Come over to the shop and we'll talk about it. George!
Hang on. I hate waste.
Come on, George.
A mixture of bone meal and dried blood and sprinkled gently round.
Don't worry, George. You've got years ahead of you yet. Come on, it's lunchtime.
Yeah.
Throwing out time?
Why'd you keep him? He's not a commodity. He's a human being.
Is he?
You shouldn't be so intolerant. It's one of the great vices. Accept people as they are.
By that token, you should accept the fact that I'm intolerant.
He's my father-in-law, as a matter of fact.
Is he?
They say he's got a shoebox full of sovereigns somewhere.
I see your point. Poor old chap.
It's just that he doesn't reckon people. Maybe he was a plant in a previous existence.
Not a busy Lizzie, that's for sure.
What about my idea? Come in as a partner.
You're offering me a partnership, a man you've never met before.
I trust my judgment. You're decent enough underneath. Dig down far enough. Look, it's quite simple. You put £1,000 into the firm.
I haven't got 1,000 peanuts. Oh, that reminds me. My contribution to lunch. Excuse the fluff.
Look, you don't have to put any capital in. You work it off.
Wait a minute. You're giving me a chance to work for you for nothing.
Not for me. For the firm. Our firm.
For nothing.
It's an investment.
What am I supposed to live on if I plough all my earnings back in?
What do you live on now?
Dole.
Well,
Can't draw the dole if I'm working.
only part-time.
No, it's not how long you work, it's how much you earn.
But you won't be earning anything, will you?
Wait a minute, that must be unethical.
You mean you're afraid you'll get caught?
Well, with my luck, I'll end up doing the garden for the dole clerk.
Well, in any case, what about the lady? She works.
Are you suggesting I live off Lena?
Don't you?
Only board and lodging.
Well, it's up to you. I'm making you a unique offer.
Wait a minute. If I'm a partner, I share in the profits.
That's right. When they accrue.
What, you mean this firm I'm buying my way into doesn't make any profit?
Well, we've got to nurse the business, haven't we? Plough the money back, build up stocks. Come on, what have you got to lose?
Sweat.
It'll do you good.
It's a big step, you know. It amounts to me becoming a useful member of the community. Ah, well. We better drink to it.
You won't regret it. Some of the customers might. Start next week.
Tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah, we've got to go round and see that lady's garden.
I can do that.
No. Start as you mean to go on. I wouldn't dream of it. To the firm.
To the firm.
What's it called?
Paisley Limited.
Yeah, won't do. Partridge and Paisley.
Paisley and Partridge?
Plant the two varieties in the same bed. Together, they make a lovely pair of bloomers.
Bloomers?
Knickers.
No. Bloom Earth.
I like it, Dingley. I like it.
Bloomers.
Well, I must get back to my loved one. You won't be needing these, will you?
Remember what I said. Forget the old grudges. Start afresh.
I'll play it by ear. If she's got a record on, I'll know where I stand. Chopin, Schubert, I'm home and dry. I'll meet you in the pub at opening time. That'll give us time for a quick one before we go round and see the lady. So long, partner.
I wonder if I've done the right thing.
My God, the Liebestadt.
Stanley, you are a despicable swine.
I know.
Then why don't you do something about it?
I shall. I shall. I've been a fool, Lena. I know that now. If you knew how I tortured myself while I've been away. God, I thought, if I could only have my time again. But the past is over, finished, finito. I'll make it up to you, Lena. If you'll just give me another chance. From now on, I'm going straight.
Not your Z-Cars bit again.
Cup of tea, darling? Wake up, it's me.
It's not, it can't be.
Look, you just drink your tea. I'll clean the place up while breakfast's cooking.
You what?
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
He's flipped.
Oh, what a beautiful...
Oh, my God.
5 minutes on the dot.
What game are you playing?
I'm eating an egg.
Stanley, everything you've done since getting up has been out of character, including getting up.
Out of character. You hit it.
What do you mean?
Do you remember what we were talking about last night, Lena?
Yes, you as usual.
And do you remember what you said about me? My word, a masterly job. A complete rundown on my character.
I thought you were asleep. It was only for my own amusement. You're not all bad.
Yes, I am.
No.
Look, don't backtrack now, Lena. You ruin everything. Once or twice in a lifetime, you reach a crossroads and you say to yourself, I can carry on in this direction or I can change direction. The decision is mine.
Well, if nothing else, I got a cup of tea in bed out of it.
I understand your cynicism. No one believes in willpower nowadays. I mean, look at yourself. Paying good money to go to a shrink when all you need is the effort to lift yourself out of yourself to say, Lena, I will.
Stanley!
Look, why should I be at the mercy of my character? I didn't pick it. Why should I put up with it? Who's in charge in here? Me or... me?
That kind of thinking leads straight to schizophrenia. There's only one you know. Thank God.
Well, who is it in here who doesn't like me? Look, all I ask is to be a decent human being. Is that asking too much? Oh, well, we'll see. This is the big breakout. I refuse to accept the deterministic view of human nature. Je refuse.
That's your privilege. Just Take it slowly, because it's going to be a long, hard haul.
Don't worry about me, baby. I can take care of myself.
I'll leave you to it, then. And, thank you for the tea, darling. I did appreciate it. And the breakfast. Cleaning up.
No, nothing to it. Amazing what you can get through with a bit of efficiency.
Oh, by the way, did you find my earring?
Yep.
Earring. Came off in the scuffle last night. You remember, somewhere by the sofa. I was going to look for it myself this morning, but, since you've hoovered round... you'd have heard it tinkle up the tube. You did. As you know, it was my mother's. It's gold, Stanley. I'll see you tonight, then. You're off on your gardening job, are you?
Not a job, Lena. A partnership. All part of the new me.
Well, don't overdo it at first, will you? Your muscles will have to get used to movement.
I'll do me late back. I may have something in the oven.
Oh, that'll be nice. Is there a password?
What?
Just in case I don't recognize the new you when I get back.
Jokey, darling. Who's my funny bunny, then? Hmm?
Oh, don't be infantile, Stanley. I must go.
Oh, by the way, can you spare me the price of a pair of wellies?
Oh, my God.
Didn't she ever empty it? So you want to do it the hard way, huh?
Excuse me, may I have a word with Mr. Paisley?
You're looking a bit lopsided, you know.
I beg your pardon?
Sticking out here and sticking out there. I'll have to take me secateurs to ye.
Oh, Mr. Paisley.
Oh, good morning, my dear. Oh, he's not coming.
Who?
Stanley.
Isn't he?
Isn't that what you've come to tell me?
Well, he's not that unreliable not to turn up the first day.
Isn't he?
Well, he is, but not today.
Oh, he's not coming in today?
He is coming in today.
Good, because we've got a job on this morning. Well, thanks for telling me.
I haven't told you anything yet.
Oh.
No, actually, I just thought I'd drop in on my way to the station to,
Catch a train?
You're not making it very easy for me, are you? No.
Speak freely, my dear. It's between us two and the plants.
And him.
He counts with the plants.
It's just that Stanley is undergoing an identity crisis. I thought you should know.
He doesn't know who he is. I should think that's an advantage.
No, he thinks he knows who he is, but he's got the wrong man.
Oh.
Later today, he'll discover his mistake, and it may be rather a disappointment for him. He'll need support. You understand?
Bean poles?
Moral support.
What do you want me to do?
There's nothing any of us can do, really, is there? I just thought I'd prepare you. Oh, don't tell Stanley I was in. He'll think I'm mothering him. And he hated his mother. Good morning.
Got you little tinker. Who's a naughty earring, then? 15 hours till bedtime. None of that. Back to work. Ah! Come out, you little devil. Listen, we got you surrounded. You don't come out with your hands up, we're coming in with the tear gas. Here's the result that's just come in. World of inanimate objects 10, Homo sapiens nil. Hello, Job here. Is that you, God?
Well, don't muck about, Stanley. I've been hanging about waiting for you. You're supposed to be doing that lady's garden. Shall I put George on it?
No, I'll be round in 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes.
First day, Stanley. Not a very promising start. Can you drive?
Like a maniac.
I'll drive.
Look at that home. Take no pride in their work nowadays. Western civilization's barking up the wrong tree, you know.
Really?
Yeah, puts a premium on strength of character. What is character? By defining the kind of person that you are, it defines all the kind of persons that you're not. So you're locked inside this character structure like a bird in a cage, cut off from a whole world of possibilities. No, I put my money on polymorphous perversity.
What race is that?
The human race, Dingley. But I'm breaking through. I'm soaring through the bars. I shall break free of my character by sheer strength of will. I shall soar in the thin high air of a dizzying prospect.
You might try getting in on time for a start.
I was up at 6:30 this morning.
So what made you late?
He put his spoke in.
Who?
I threw the gauntlet up to heaven and he tossed it right back in my face. But I'm not beaten yet.
He didn't toss you down a pair of gumboots while he was at it.
I didn't have time to buy them, did I? I didn't want to be late first morning.
Just live life as it comes, Stanley. Accept yourself for what you are.
If I did that, I'd never get out of bed. And another thing is, I'm accident prone. If mankind had decided to accept itself for what it was, we'd still be living in trees. And that wouldn't be funny, not with Dutch elm disease.
You'll find the tools in the shed there.
It's a battle, Dingley. What sets man apart from all the rest is his will. The will to transcend nature, to achieve the impossible. What's to be done?
Somewhere under that lot is a garden. Your mission is to find it. Is that impossible enough for you?
It'll do for starters. Man against nature. Consciousness against chaos. I see this garden as a symbol.
You can tell a week, can you?
Tell it what? I see, yes. Yeah, well, they're the ones with the smug looks. I'll soon wipe the grins off their faces. You won't know this garden by this afternoon. A number 1 iron, I think. Come in, Mother Nature. Your time's up.
Perhaps I should have given him more support. But I'm the one who needs support. I have to live with him. He only has to live with me. On the other hand...
Hang on, dear. I'll soon have you out of there. Mrs. Livingston, I presume. The essence of beauty. It's all there. Man's highest endeavour. The art which transcends physical reality, lost amid the rank outgrowths of brute nature. Or look at it another way. If woman symbolises nature, then man is the creator, carving beauty out of the formless mass. Little did that chunk of rock know that it carried a Venus inside it. Needed a man to hack it out. Likewise with women. What are they till we get our hands on them?
Would you care for a cup of coffee?
You've been working very hard. I watched you from the bedroom window.
Did you know?
Yes. Would you?
What I what? Oh, no. No, it's very kind of you, but I must battle on. Thank you very much.
As you like.
Big garden.
It's got a bit out of hand, I'm afraid.
You need a man around the place.
I've got one now, haven't I?
Oh, yes.
Well, the offer still holds if you feel like it.
Do I feel like it? I shouldn't overdo it. I'll work and no play. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Hamlet. Urgent. Hey, a talent.
I had a deprived childhood. My father was a mindless brute. I say that without malice, and to give him credit, he wouldn't let them take Mother away, even after she started lighting fires in the cupboards. I've never known love, you see. Not real love. But then who'd want to love me? Except perhaps the tortoise. Yes, I think my tortoise loved me. My father smashed it with a hammer. Yeah?
This is a bit wonky. George! George! George, what's this? It says urgent.
He's to ring his agent.
Hamlet.
Is Hamlet his agent?
Where's that lady's number?
A lot of jealousy in the acting profession. They don't like real talent. And being heterosexual doesn't help. And I'm very heterosexual. Yes, that's why I took on this partnership, to help Dingley out, and well, he needed someone with energy and flair to make a go of the business. Telephone?
Yes.
Aren't you going to answer it?
No.
Oh.
It's probably my husband.
Husband?
Ex-husband. He has Wednesday afternoons off, and he often gets drunk over lunch and rings me up.
Bit of a swine, is he?
Only when he's drunk.
Oh. Nice little wine.
Supermarket Spanish.
Nobody in. I'll have to go round there.
He's going to be nothing but trouble, that bloke.
Now, George, I know you don't like
It's
it.
not a
It's
question of me. It's a plot. He frightens them. You watch them when he comes near them.
George, look after the shop. Stanley!
Always been a worker. Thrive on it. I feel one ought to make some contribution to, well, life. Put something back in the kitty. Not that I've had a lot out of the kitty. Doorbell.
Yes.
But you're not going to answer it.
No.
Did anyone ever tell you what beautiful eyes you have?
He did.
Who?
My ex-husband, that's probably him at the front door.
Some people never know when it's over, do they?
Then he'll try the back door.
What sort of a person is he?
6'4".
What is it, George? George!
I can't speak. I'm shocked.
I'll see you again.
Sometimes one feels so alone. So damnably alone. Diana,
Yes.
do you think we might, do you think we could possibly,
I thought you'd never ask.
Stanley! Oh, my God!
Something wrong?
call it post-coital tristesse, not to worry.
Didn't you like it?
Do you ever ask yourself what we're doing on this planet?
No, not really. I mean, we didn't have much choice, did we? As to planet, I mean.
Choice? Huh. Round and round we go, spinning eternally on the same axis. La ronde.
Does it always affect you like this?
Listen, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
What on earth for?
The fact is, I have a psychological need to make it with women. The Don Juan syndrome. I'm programmed that way. You could have been anyone. You were. Then I put on an act. False, all false, acting, bits of old plays. I've run through my repertoire. Even when I mean it, I act it. I'm acting now. I can't stop. I'm not trying to excuse myself. Yes, I am. It's despicable. So now you know.
I don't know what all the fuss is about. I didn't take you seriously.
You didn't?
No, I just fancied you, so that's all right, isn't it?
You mean you left him on his own? In his state?
He was going great guns when I left him. He was going to change the world.
He started with our sitting room. He's been tearing the furniture to pieces. We must go to him.
Here we go again. George, look out for the shop.
I should never have said what I said last night.
What was that?
I told him the truth about himself.
Oh, that was going it a bit. You don't mind my asking, but why do you live with him?
I love him. And anyway, what would he do without me? And anyway, he's not a bad lover.
I don't know what she'd do without me, you see. She runs through psychiatrists like I run through socks. I'm the closest thing she has to emotional roots, poor child. I should be with her,
You better put your trousers on first.
Oh, my God!
What's the matter now?
I just remembered how I left the place. Oh, not that she'll notice. She's a bit of a slut. She never empties the dust bag. Oh, my God, look at that garden. Whatever happened to my good intentions?
Why don't you tell yourself you spent the day making a lonely woman happy?
That's true, of course.
And you can come and do it again.
What?
The garden.
Right, same time next week?
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
What is it?
Nothing. I thought I heard a cuckoo.
Ah!
What is it?
They're here. He's seen me. If they ring the bell, don't answer.
I'm not likely to.
Perhaps he's in the house.
Oh, no. They're in South America.
South America?
Up the Amazon. They're botanists.
With a garden like this?
They're weed botanists.
So where's Stanley?
Oh, fool! The other job!
What?
There's another job I'd forgotten. He's probably at the other job.
Then let's go to the other job.
No. He'll be back by now. They lock up at 6. Come on, I'll buy you a drink.
I hate deception.
Really, I rather like it.
I think I should tell her the truth. I should say, Lena, this is me. This is how I am. I'm stuck like this. Take me or leave me.
Come here. Bend down. You're welcome any time within reason, as long as you don't talk too much. There's a lot needs doing, you know, to the garden.
Yes.
You can let yourself out, can't you?
Oh, right. Diana,
Yes?
do you think you could pay a little on account?
On account of what?
The garden.
Ah, but you haven't done it.
Well, we've been busy, haven't I?
Don't you think you ought to be paying me? I mean, you could say I provided a service. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I shocking you?
No.
Well, let's not talk about money anymore. You can carry on doing the garden and so on, and we'll call it quits, shall we?
Mike, what have they done to you? Come in, I'll put you to bed.
Hamlet?
Here we are. Thank you.
How pint of best?
Are they for me?
Oh, Dingley. Didn't see you there. You like a drink?
I'll have a scotch.
And a scotch.
A large one. There was a message for you.
Yeah, I know.
Well?
Missed it, didn't I?
Pity.
Yeah, well, golden opportunity comes, I miss it.
You'd like to play Hamlet?
No, I wasn't supposed to play it. I was supposed to smoke it. It's a commercial. A lot of money there and a free cigar.
Yep.
Gumboot money.
Thank you.
Did you,
I brought your lady back here, Stanley, and fed her a few drinks. She seemed very worried about you. She said you'd had a brainstorm and smashed the flat up.
Did you,
I made a moving plea for tolerance. I asked her to try to imagine what it must be like to be Stanley Partridge.
That's a good one. Did you let on?
I covered her.
Ah.
Don't thank me.
No, it's the deception. I was wondering whether to be honest with her, tell her the truth.
Well, if you do that, you'll make me out a liar.
Oh, well, I'll keep quiet then for your sake.
A word of advice, Stanley. Turning over a new leaf can be a great weapon, but there's a lot to be said for gradualness.
Ah, you mean I should get her to believe my lies before I start telling her the truth?
I didn't quite mean that.
I was thinking of taking her out for a meal tonight. Save her cooking. Be a nice gesture.
Why not?
Why not is that I don't think the rest of my gumboot money will stretch to it.
Stanley, you're supposed to be working off the money you couldn't put into the partnership. I'm not supposed to be paying you for work you haven't even done.
Oh, you mean Diana's garden?
Diana, is it?
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm going round there next Wednesday. It's all tied up.
Oh, what do you mean by tied up?
Well, we reached a sort of arrangement.
You mean we're doing it on a regular basis? That's good. Did you quote her a price?
I'll have to talk to you about that, Dingley. You see, it's like this. Would you like another drink? Lena.
Oh, what's this?
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Lena. Happy birthday to you.
And a card. Thank you, darling.
Don't sound so surprised. That's your trouble, you know.
What trouble?
You take it for granted everybody's going to forget about you, don't you?
Only you.
Just because your mother was such a bitch your father had to leave home. You think you're unlovable, don't you? I don't know why that psychiatrist makes such heavy weather of it, you know. You're a pretty straightforward case to me. Have you told him your mother was a bitch?
My mother was not a bitch. Stanley. In loving memory of what?
The times we had together.
Look, it's best if you come straight out with it, you know. I shan't make a scene.
There you go again.
Stanley, this is a memorial card.
Well, we don't have to be hidebound by convention, do we?
All right. When you leaving?
Look, as a matter of fact, I was too late for the shops, and I just happened to have that one handy.
You keep memorial card for emergencies, do you?
No, it was the one that I bought to send to Uncle Sid after my Auntie Glad died.
Why didn't you?
Well, I remember just in time that Uncle Sid died the year before, all right? Well, this is nice.
What is?
Drinking tea in bed with you. Just think, of all the women I could be in bed with, I find myself in bed with you.
Is that a compliment?
You wouldn't know a compliment if I hit you over the head with one. No, what I'm saying is that you're an attractive and intelligent woman, and I'm a lucky man.
Really?
Put your yogurt down.
Oh, Stanley, I don't think I could cope with another fiasco this time of the morning.
Think positive, Lena.
And I missed my train.
That's right.
Oh, Stanley! I'm all yogurty. Mr. Pamphlet, I'm afraid I should be a little late this morning. Something came up unexpectedly. Yes, that's right. Goodbye.
And vice versa.
Oh. Never mind, darling. It's a thought that matters.
To me, it's not. Ah, well. Can't win them all. Listen, we're going out for a meal tonight.
Oh, you don't have to make it up to me, you know. Well, it's not your fault if you no longer fancy me.
Look, for your birthday.
Oh.
I thought we'd drive out to one of those little country places, have a gourmet evening for two. Pretend we've only just met. You know, add a bit of spice. I could be a Japanese businessman, and you could be a very high-class call girl who loves her work. I'll ask Dingley if I can borrow his wheels.
All right. If you think it'll do any good.
No, it's not to do good, it's to have fun. Oh, you don't mind waiting till tonight for your prezi, do you?
Since I waited this long...
Huh?
I have to tell you, Stanley. Actually, my birthday was last week.
How do you keep your marriage fresh, Dingley?
I don't. It's gone a bit gamey over the years. I like it that way.
Hello, Bloomers, at your service? Yeah, that's right. Hello, darling, how are you? Yeah, for you, anything, yeah. 8? About 5 feet? Yeah, of course. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, don't worry. I'll deliver the goods. Naughty girl. Yeah, goodbye then. Dingley, we're in.
You're in?
I met this girl from the film studios last week. Laid on the old charm. Said if ever they needed anything in a hurry, come to us. I said we specialised.
What in? Charm?
Infallibility.
What do they want?
Christmas trees. 8 5-foot Christmas trees.
By when? Christmas?
No, tomorrow morning. They've been let down.
Well, they're going to be let down again, aren't they? I mean, where are we going to get Christmas trees this time of the year?
Well, to grow all the year round.
But they're not in stock, Stanley. Who would stock Christmas trees in June?
We'll have to find some for ourselves. You don't seem to realise, Dingley, this is the big breakthrough. This could put the firm on the map. I could start drawing profits.
I'll ring round, make a laughing stock of myself.
Yeah, you do that, and I'll go for a drive in the van.
What for?
Well, it must grow somewhere, mustn't they? I'll get a saw.
Stanley, I need the van.
What for?
I promised the lady I'd deliver this morning.
Well, she'll have to wait, won't she?
What about infallibility?
Infallibility, Dingley, as any pope will tell you, is relative.
Thank you.
Actually, I thought I'd find you here.
No luck?
Warm weather for driving round.
Pint of the best and a large scotch.
You don't sound very happy. How'd you get on?
Fine. I'm writing a book of jokes about Christmas trees.
You tried all your contacts, have you?
Even him.
There you are, Santa. Do you want a dish of water for the reindeer?
See what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good job you got me in the firm then, isn't it?
You found some. Brought them back, have you?
No.
Why not? Where are they?
On a roundabout.
Ah.
A roundabout. Traffic island. Cheers.
Right, that is that.
Yeah, till tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah, well, I couldn't pinch him in the rush hour, could I? People might misunderstand.
Stanley, I don't...
It's all right. It's quite ethical. Some idiots planted them too close together. They need thinning out. We'll be doing them a favour. I've got one problem. I've got to take Lena out for a meal tonight. It's her official birthday.
If you think I'm doing it on my own, you're mistaken.
No, I know. I'm not asking you to. There's a restaurant just a couple of miles the other side of the roundabout. It's in the guide. Their poulet sous la cloche is said to be miraculous. I booked for 4.
Who are the others I'm supposed to ask?
Well, bring your good lady. It's time we had to get together.
You mean they pinched the Christmas trees?
I booked for 9:30, right? The road will be properly quiet by then, right? So we see the ladies into the bar about 9, set them up with their aperitifs. We nip out and do the job and join them later for the nosh.
Couldn't we do it on the way back? We'd be properly dark by then.
Dingley, you cannot savour a cordon bleu meal knowing you've got to chop Christmas trees down. It's sacrilegious. Besides...
What?
Well, Lena's got rather strict principles. She had an unfortunate upbringing.
No. I don't like it.
Oh, all right. So we lose the studio connection. Well, after all, what's money?
The chicken's good, you say? Why can't you take Lena out another night? Would be simpler.
I made her my solemn promise.
Break it. She's used to it.
Can't. Not this time of year.
What are you talking about?
Well, you know how insecure she is. I mean, the fact that she clings to me speaks for itself. She's particularly vulnerable now, you see, because her father left home on her birthday. And with her being father-fixated and me being a surrogate father, she projects all that implied rejection onto me, thinks I don't love her.
Do you?
Well, that's not the point. Which is a pretty straightforward case. I mean, why she spends all that money on that shrink, I don't know. We can't afford it. It's not that I'm jealous, it's just the money. Anyway, the long and the short of it is, her feeling unloved makes her feel unfeminine, you know, which in turn makes me feel unmasculine, and so on. So, anyway, what I've got to do is to convince her that she's an attractive and desirable woman.
Which she is.
Which she is. Yeah, so, so that we can get back to something approaching a full and mature relationship.
You mean your oats?
Well,
and you're going to do all that this evening in between pinching Christmas trees?
I'm doing the groundwork this evening, Dingley, laying the foundations. A fabulous meal in a congenial setting. And while she's bathing in a gastronomic glow, I'll be there, charming, attentive, making her feel pure woman.
I suppose you can afford this meal. Good restaurants come expensive.
Well, I take it you're paying your way.
We're paying our way. Who's paying your way?
Oh, well, we'll discuss that later. Oh, good Lord, 5 o'clock already. How time flies when you're on the job, as the bishop said to the actress.
Don't stop if you're enjoying it, as the actress said to the bishop.
Now, listen, I've got to pop out and buy Lena a prezi before the shop's shut. You know, something very feminine, all part of the treatment. How much do I owe the firm?
It's in the book.
Tenner would cover it.
We'll pick you up about 8:30.
Right. This is going to be a night to remember, Dingley.
Mind? Why should I mind? It's just that I prepared myself for a twosome at 7-ish and find it's to be a foursome at 9:30.
Well, I just thought 4 would be jolly.
You mean 2 wouldn't?
Well, you know, with 4, the conversation just bubbles along.
Whereas with 2 it grinds to a halt.
Do you have a bad day at work?
I'm sorry, Stanley. You know how I get when my blood sugar's low.
Oh, you want some sugar?
I want some food.
Shall I get you a biscuit?
There aren't any biscuits. You've eaten all the biscuits.
Bread and cheese?
There's no cheese. You've eaten all the cheese. So, what's the form? Do we play 2 Japanese businessmen meeting 2 call girls?
Oh, that'll be them.
Oh, God.
Oh, so?
I don't want to go. I don't want to see anybody. I just want to stay in and watch television and eat fish fingers.
Look, do you think you ought to take a chunk of bread along?
Why, don't they have any there?
To eat in the van.
Van? I am being invited out as a special treat to gnaw chunks of bread in a van with 2 people I don't particularly want to know.
And me.
Well, come on, what are we waiting for? Let's go and enjoy ourselves.
Well, here we all are then. Lena, this is Connie. Connie's quite a character. You'll love her.
Is that an order?
Hi, Lena.
Hungry.
Lena's blood sugar's a bit low. It always makes her... Well, she's not always... shall we get in? Well, who's going to sit on whose knee then? Oh, sorry, Connie. Just looking for the gear lever. Dingley. Stanley. Just there.
All right.
What is?
Pardon?
What is just there?
What is, Stanley?
What?
What is just there?
Oh, it's gone now.
Madam. Good evening, sir.
Oh, good evening. We have a table booked for 9:30. Bloomers.
Oh, very well, Mr. Bloomers. Perhaps you'd like a drink while you're waiting.
Right, girls, there's the bar. Come on, Dingley.
If anything should...
Come on, Dingley.
No, nothing.
Have you got any idea what this is about?
Only that they have to pick up some trees.
They're picking up trees.
Why bloomers?
Well, this is by nature of being a business trip. I thought the firm might look upon it as a legitimate out-of-town expense. Cheer up. I've never known you so quiet.
When I was a solicitor, Stanley, I developed a sort of sixth sense. When I got that sick feeling in the stomach, I'd advise the client to back out. I've got it now.
So what can go wrong?
And it's not 2 miles to the roundabout, it's nearer 5. Don't give it choke. You've given it choke.
Well, this is nice. Chin chin.
I'm terribly sorry. There seems to be a misunderstanding. We've no booking for Bloomers.
No booking?
Well, the gentleman was to telephone to confirm. He seemed uncertain as to numbers. I'm afraid he didn't telephone.
Of course he telephoned. He wouldn't have forgotten to telephone. He's a totally reliable person. I was with him when he telephoned. How dare you say he didn't telephone?
Perhaps I could have a word with Mr. Bloomers.
His name is not Bloomers, and I am not Mrs. Bloomers. I'm sorry. My blood sugar is rather low.
Did you like the present?
I haven't given it to her yet.
Why not?
I wanted your advice as man of the world. Here. Don't know whether I've gone over the top a bit. Think it's suitable?
As what?
Well, do you think she'll like it? Then.
I'll tell you one thing. I think she might go over the top a bit.
Turn her on.
Women are not tapped, Stanley.
All right, I thought they might turn me on. Here we are. Told you it'd be child's play.
What do we do now?
We don't have to do anything.
I'm hungry.
Have an olive. You have to be philosophical, my dear. They're in charge.
But they're incompetent.
That's right, dear. Same again?
If I get blotto drinking on an empty stomach.
Then they'll have to carry you home, won't they? Let's make it doubles. It'll save time.
We'll have time for one in the bar before we eat.
Life's too short to worry. You know my motto? When there's trouble, sit tight, look helpless, and smile. Something always turns up.
What's up? Fuzz! They're going to look in the back in a minute.
Leave this to me. I'm good with police. That's better. Evening, officers.
Everything all right, sir?
Oh, yes, no problem. I appreciate you stopping, though. Never know nowadays, do you?
Roundabouts aren't really meant for conveniences, you know, sir.
No, well, the tree's like an acid soil. I'm a hospital.
This your van, sir?
Yes. No. Well, it belongs to the firm. Well, to a friend of mine.
Is your friend with you, sir?
Yes, he's roundabout. I went off to stretch his legs.
While you, relieved yourself?
That's right.
Are you the driver?
Yes. No, well, that is to say,
Do you have your driving licence on you, sir?
Oh.
Any means of identification?
Well, I put my best jacket on before I came out, so it didn't transfer things.
Going somewhere special?
Yes, the Bell. Superb food. Do you know it?
About 5 miles up the road.
That's right.
Would you mind calling your friend over, sir?
No, of course not. Dingley!
Oh, he's on the roundabout, is he, sir?
Yes, that's right.
You were on it together?
Anything wrong in that?
No, not necessarily, no, sir.
Dingley!
Very odd to have to relieve yourself 5 miles from your destination, sir.
Oh, well, rather a lot to drink before I went out. You know, needs must be double dry, eh?
Do you mind blowing in this? No tea. That's all right. Tea won't show. Just a good steady blow until the bag's full.
Do you know if I check the van, sir?
Well, I am in rather a hurry.
Well, you've got to wait for your friend, haven't you, sir?
Borderline.
Who's yours, sir?
They're a present.
From your friend?
To a woman friend.
Oh, congratulations, sir. No sign of your friend, is there?
Dingley! These trees, sir. Yeah, I told you, I'm a horticulturist.
They got no roots.
What about it?
They wouldn't grow.
Well, I know that. They're not for growing.
Delivering them somewhere, are you, sir?
Yeah, when you'll allow me, yes.
Oh, so you're not going to the Bell?
Going to the Bell afterwards.
Funny time of the year to be delivering Christmas trees, isn't it?
Look, I think you're victimising me.
If you could just clear this point up for us, sir.
He's a Muslim.
Muslims don't celebrate Christmas, sir.
Oh, exactly. So he can have Christmas whenever he wants. He's not tied down like the rest of us. No law against it, is there?
2 Christmas trees?
It's got 2 wives.
This tyre looks a bit dodgy, is it? Sorry?
Mind if we check the safety of the vehicle, sir?
Yes, I do.
We weren't really asking, actually, sir.
Your table is ready now, sir.
Thank you.
I'm afraid the bar is for diners only. I must ask you to leave.
I'm afraid we can't do that.
I must insist, madam.
I'm terribly sorry.
It's not our fault we got no table, is it? It's your blunder. How dare you? What do you take us for, a couple of call girls?
Now, look here, madam, really.
Excuse me. If you would care to be our guest.
Oh, how kind of you.
One illegal tyre. Internal indicator light inoperative.
Park it on a roundabout. Committing a nuisance. Funny about your friend, though, isn't it?
Can't think what's happened to him.
I'll go and have a look, shall I?
I'll have another look for my papers. Seems to be all I have on me.
I think it might be a good idea if you came down to the station, sir. Clear up a few points.
Look, I do have a friend waiting for me.
Oh, on the roundabout, sir?
No, at the Bell. She'll vouch for me.
Oh, this would be the owner of the Frilly Knickers, would it, sir?
That's right.
That I would like to see.
How many wives do you say your Muslim friend had, sir?
Hachi.
Oh,
husband.
You.
Very good. I'm very.
With the Oriental gentlemen, sir?
Yeah, that's right.
Not Muslims, sir.
I don't know their bloody religion, do I?
Now, sir.
You.
Excuse me, madam. Sorry to trouble you. I wonder if I might ask you if you are acquainted with this gentleman.
I've never seen him before in my life.
Come along, Johnny.
Son.
Thank you, my good man.
Hard scotch.
Sorry, sir, we're closed. Oh, that's very nice of you. Hard scotch, wasn't it, sir?
Better make it 2.
Very kind of you, sir.
Make it 3. They have just gone off with 2 Chinese.
Japanese. Businessmen. Cheers.
Cheers.
Don't happen to have a chunk of bread, do you?
Not a calf, sir.
What was the charge?
willful damage of property, illegal parking, driving an unsafe vehicle. You'll have to get that van fixed, you know. Why didn't you come when I called you?
Risk the good name of the firm. Have bloomers dragged through the courts. No chance of another, of course.
Don't push your luck, mate. We're not at the Windmill now.
Let's go, Stanley. I'm tired and I want to go to bed and forget today ever happened.
What do you mean, go? We've got a job to do. What about our infallibility?
Stanley, I'm hungry and I'm tired. My wife has gone off with the Japanese.
Look, we'll nip round to the film studios now, and then you can have a lie-in.
There won't be anybody at the studios.
Well, we'll leave them outside the gates.
And they'll get pinched.
Look, Dingley, you'd pinch Christmas trees in June.
Morning, Stanley. Dr. Lamb, now, you're not to get upset, but I'm not coming in to see you today. I don't need you. That's right. Goodbye. How did you get on last night?
Oh, fine, fine. How did you?
Marvelous.
Marvellous.
Marvelous.
Good food?
Oh, yes.
Good.
It's amazing.
What is?
Some men have the ability to make a woman feel pure woman. You know.
Think I'll rustle up some breakfast.
Stanley.
Luna, I've got to be in the shop this morning.
No, Stanley, you're taking the morning off.
Am I?
That's right.
Oh, did Lena tell you anything?
Did Connie? What do you think how good they are at selling motor cars as well?
As well as what?
Did the film studios ring up to say the trees were all right?
I don't know. I wasn't in this morning. I had to take the morning off. Did you give her the underwear?
No. Thought I'd stop while I was winning.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
nice and cosy. Now, if you're good, I'll give you a lovely drink of liquid manure. Like that, wouldn't it?
We can't wait.
Go away, they don't like you here.
Look, I've got news for you, George. These plants are just high-class bits of biological machinery.
Don't pay any attention to the nasty man.
They can't hear you.
Of course they can. They get my vibrations.
That's not vibrations, that's the shakes, all the stout you drink.
Go away, you're upsetting them.
Look, where are their ears, then? Show me their ears.
They don't need ears. They get it through their leaves.
Oh. Are you receiving me? Oh, hello? Are you receiving me? Hello?
You're just jealous because I can make things grow. You only got to look at a plant and it shrivels up.
All right. We'll do a scientific test, yeah? Look, here's two identical plants, right? You take charge of one, I'll take charge of the other. We'll see if there's any difference.
Oh, don't bang it down like that. It doesn't like it.
George?
You're jabbing the roots. How would you like it?
Now, no feed, just water. All right, we'll make this a proper scientific experiment. That's the control.
What's the bet?
As much stout as you can drink at a sitting.
You're on.
Yeah.
Oh, you miserable, stunted thing. You decapitated...
What are you saying to my plant?
Don't make no difference, does it?
I just don't want your breath on it.
Well, don't want you talking to mine, then.
Look, I can make better use of my conversation than chat up bits of green stuff.
You nasty little thing, you're ugly. Nobody wants you. Why don't you die?
Hello, Dingley, what are you doing here? Who's looking after the shop?
Nobody.
My word, it's thirsty weather.
Pint of the best.
I'll get it. What's the matter with you, Dingley? You don't seem yourself lately. A bit bothered about you. Keeping the old bowels open, are we? Coming up chumps with the jolly old number twos?
Not while I'm drinking, Stanley.
It's not good enough, you know. Life's for living. Who are we? What are we doing here, we ask ourselves?
I've just come in for a quiet drink, Stan.
No, speaking cosmically. Meaningless question. Yeah. Life, to all intents and purposes, is absurd. But we have to live it, Dingley. We have to live it.
Why?
Hang on. Oh, yeah. It's a challenge. Yeah. Life is a game we play as free individuals against blind determinism. Thus, we spit in the eye of cosmic necessity.
Last week you were talking about going Catholic.
Yeah, reading a new book.
I thought perhaps you were.
We are what we do. Action's the thing. Perhaps you've got the male menopause.
I've had one of them, gave it up, didn't like it.
Well, perhaps you can get it twice, like a second childhood. Hey, how about a nice sexual adventure, Dingley? I can fix you up.
You?
Yeah, friend of mine. Lovely girl. Only does it with friends, but I could put a good word in for you. Might put new life into you.
It's very kind of you, Stan, but I think I'm past that kind of thing. Well, that reminds me, you'll have to look after things this afternoon. I'm going into town.
What for?
To sell my medals.
What?
My war medals, I'm selling them to a dealer.
What for?
I was looking at them the other day, and I suddenly felt like an imposter.
But they're your medals. You won them.
Not me.
What are you talking about?
Someone else of the same name.
What?
Do you understand?
No.
I've changed, Stanley. I'm not that person anymore. Look at me, eh? Can you imagine me capturing a machine gun post single-handed?
Did you do that?
Nearly.
Shall I tell you what your trouble is, Dingley?
No.
You're caught in the existential rat trap.
I see.
Yeah. You've reached a certain age.
I'm not old.
No, I'm not saying you are. It's just that you're starting to serve what I might call the apprenticeship to senility.
Did you get that from your book?
Yeah, I think they did mention it, yeah. Over the hump of maturity, you look back on the doings of this world, and all is dross. Can't see the point in it. So you lose the will to action. Sit in the trap, wait for the chloroform pad. Won't do, Dingley, won't do. What you need is something to embrace.
I've got Connie.
No. Something to throw yourself into.
Like a river.
Look, Dingley, I'm trying to help you. Look, why don't you read this book? The answer to your problems.
No pictures.
It's philosophy, Tingley. You don't get colour plates.
I don't believe in books. I think they change the weather. Perhaps I should have stayed a solicitor. Horticulture's a constant reminder of mortality.
Of life, Tingley?
No, plant life smells of death to me lately. Nothing lasts. It all dies. You raise a plant from seed, it blooms, the petals drop, you yank it out and onto the compost heap. Oh, I can't stand compost heaps anymore. They send cold shivers down my spine. Perhaps I should have gone in for making concrete slabs. They last. Or memorial stones. Started a funeral parlour.
Have a peanut.
Have you ever thought about what happens to peanuts after you've eaten them?
You're going to get that van moved, aren't you?
Moved?
Otherwise, it's a towing job. They'll be around with the no parking signs any time.
What are you talking about?
Haven't you read the notices?
Nah, they can't put yellow lines in this street.
Well, they can, you know. They're going to tomorrow.
No, we had an assurance from the council. We sent a deputation. It was all agreed. Isn't that right, Tingley?
Nothing to do with me, mate. I just do my job.
Oh, yeah, that's what they said at Nuremberg. I know your sort, old son. Don't kid me. You're a yellow line fetishist. I've seen the gleam in your eye when you're sticking the tickets under the windscreen wipers. Substitute rape for you, isn't it? You see yellow lines like we see girly mags.
Just get that van moved.
Yeah. This is England, mate. Birthplace of democracy. Your lot have their little hours strutting and fretting, but they don't last long. We'll bury you. That told him. Must be a mistake.
Must be.
We'll have to do something about it. Dingley?
The street might not be here in 100 years' time.
But that's not the point. This is now.
It's all vanity, Stanley. Anyway, what can we do?
Go and see the town hall for a start.
I'll go and see the town hall. It won't do any good. All the same if it does. Look after the shop, Stan. Might be away a long time.
George, you wanted in the shop. What's this? What have you done to my plant?
Haven't touched it.
You've put weed killer on it.
No, I haven't.
What then?
Just to do wood with them.
What's he been saying to you, eh? You don't want to listen to him. Listen, straighten up by tomorrow, you'll get a dose of this round your roots, savvy? As for you, I don't know why you're looking so smug. You're going to get it anyway. I don't know why you don't just die. Go on. Die. Die. What am I doing? Well, I'm sure we can come to an amicable arrangement satisfactory to both sides. I'll pop round tomorrow about 12 and discuss what needs to be done with your husband.
Oh, he'll be at work then.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, well, I'll pop round anyway.
Yes. Do that.
Goodbye.
Stanley, your amicable arrangements cost the firm money.
How'd you get on?
I saw the town clerk. He thinks there's been an interdepartmental communication failure.
Oh, in other words, you forgot to tell him. So is he going to stop it?
He can't override a Highways Committee decision. It wouldn't be democratic.
He'll ask them to change their minds, though.
He's going to put it to them when they meet next.
Oh, when's that?
Monday week.
That'll be too late, then.
That's right.
So they paint in the line, then a fortnight later they paint it out again?
There's a snag there.
What?
There's a cutback. There isn't the money for painting out yellow lines.
This is the money for painting in yellow lines.
That's different.
This is mindless bureaucracy at its worst.
I should think so.
Wait a minute. The town clerk can tell the traffic warden to ignore our line.
I put that to him. He can't. It wouldn't be democratic. All yellow lines are equal.
I'm going to have a word with the traffic warden. He'll see sense.
After what you said to him?
Well, they're used to worse than that. I'll have him eaten out of my hand. Hello again. Sorry I flew off the handle. You know, I just had a hard day. Lost the budgie, wife's foot playing up. No hard feelings. Look, really is a mistake, you know. They don't want to paint it in. I mean, check with them if you like. You know, ask the town clerk. Mention my name. So, if you could see your way clear to forgetting about it till it goes away. Fascist. No ethics, have you?
Too late to sell my medals now. I shall have to leave it till tomorrow. Better that way. Shan't have to see the line go down.
What, you mean you're going to leave it at that?
You do something about it. You're more bothered than I am.
Well, it's you I'm most bothered about, Dingley. Don't you remember the dark days of the war?
Dimly.
Oh, against the call of duty and beyond all odds, you captured a machine gun post single-handed?
Nearly.
Nearly single-handed?
No, nearly captured it.
What, do you remember how you felt then?
It's all a blank.
Dingley!
I tell you, it wasn't me. It was a young man now dead, not this shopkeeper. I'm in the slough of despond, Stan.
Well, come out.
I can't. I like it here.
Dingley, I am going to save you from yourself. Thought you couldn't stand to look at a compost heap.
It had to come to a confrontation.
They won't rot down, you know.
It's all there, you see.
No, it's not. We've got another heap over there.
The two elements of life. Compost, what we all come to, and our puny attempts to make ourselves immortal by leaving something behind. That's the medals. What do our highest endeavors add up to but a battle against the inevitability of death? A frantic striving to fashion something that won't rot down on the compost heap.
I suppose the ribbons will go, given time, unless they're nylon.
Don't be trite, Stanley. I'm being symbolical.
Hey, Dingley, take a look at this.
You collecting autographs?
No. Signatures of all the shopkeepers. The rest are regular customers, all bona fide interested parties. In short, considering your natural abilities and war record, including your experience with the Norwegian resistance...
I never was in Norway.
No, but I had to tell them something. Anyway, not to mention your qualities of leadership and your seniority, not that you're old, mind, they all thought you the natural choice.
What for? May Queen?
No. To lead the movement.
What movement?
Against the line.
Oh, that.
Look, don't you understand, Dingley? Your time has come. You're being called.
Go away, Stan. I want to commune with the compost.
Look at Churchill. Look at de Gaulle. Men of action in the evening of their lives. Though not old, mind. And then the call came. We need you.
It's very kind of you, Stanley. But I think I'm past that kind of thing. It's no good. I'm a spent force. I haven't got it in me anymore. Is the pub open?
Only round the back.
I'll meet you round there. If you don't mind having a drink with an old man.
You're not old. You're as old as you feel.
That makes me about 108. Don't forget you're looking after the shop in the morning.
Look, what shall I do with this?
Put it on the compost.
Give this to Stan when you see him, will you? He left it here.
Oh, his book? Action and Being. Bloody rubbish. Who are we and what are we doing here? God.
Sir? Yes, sir? It's just arrived.
Are you referring to me?
They're just putting them out now, sir. Right, sir.
Who was that?
Dingley.
I thought he was going to town.
Changed his mind.
Oh, he's coming in, is he?
In a minute.
Do you know something I don't?
You'd better smarten yourself up. Colonel doesn't like slumockiness.
I suppose you know what you're talking about. Look after the shop, George. I'm just going to slip round the back.
What do you know good?
But what have you done to my plant?
No more than you've done to mine. He's round the back.
Stanley! Stanley! There's a lot of mangled plastic bollards lying about in the road. Looks damned untidy. I want them collected up, taken to the dump and burnt. Any questions?
Isn't that illegal?
Yes. Now pay attention. I want all shopkeepers mustered at the curbside there to place in the gutter whatever obstacles they have to hand and sit on them. If attacked, they may use reasonable force to defend themselves. Any questions?
Dingley.
Carry on, Stanley. What the hell are these?
Plants, sir. I mean Dingley.
Plants? You call yourselves plants? Stand up straight, the pair of you. God.
He's flipped.
I know I talked to you yesterday afternoon, and I'm talking to you again this morning. Right now, listen to me. If one drop of yellow paint falls on our street, there's likely to be some damage done. We haven't needed a resistance movement here yet, but by God, if that paint wagon starts moving, I can't vouch for the extent of our guerrilla activity. What? Threatening? Of course I'm threatening. What the hell do you think I'm doing? Bloody fool. George, look out for the shop.
Here. What do you think you're doing with that van?
Parking it in my street, as is my wont. All right?
Are you going to move that, or are you not?
Are there any Englishmen here? Or are you just a bunch of poltroons prepared to lurk in the back of your shops?
Never! Never!
As the Jack Boot marches down the street.
Well, leave me blacks alone just because they can't take back. How would you like it?
Halt!
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Have you got a license for this firearm, sir? They didn't ask me that during the war, did they? When I was keeping out the fascists. Well, that was quite a long while ago, you know, sir. All right, arrest me. We get arrested nowadays for defending our rights. Now, come along, old chap. I'm not old. I'm not old!
Excuse me, officer. My friend's been under some strain lately. He wouldn't hurt a dove. I can vouch for him. My name's Partridge, Stanley Partridge, the actor. Z-Cars, 1968. You must have seen me. It's an old war wound. See, he's got a plate in his head. And his wife ran off yesterday. It's very sad, but he wouldn't hurt a fly. And the gun. He was bringing the gun round to show me. See, I deal in old guns. This is an antique, collector's item. And, of course, it has no fire extinguisher.
I see, sir.
Literature's a very dangerous thing, you know. You shouldn't have given him that book.
You paying for that drink?
I thought I'd just give you a quid. Don't think I've had the change. Wonder what he'll get.
Her Majesty's pleasure?
Well, there's one good thing. It's held up the line painting. They're all down the station making a statement. Ah, Dingley. Just in time for the round. What's the charge?
Causing an affray.
Ooh, that's reasonable.
They say I'll probably get off lightly on account of my age.
You're not old.
Don't let's start that again.
108.
You read that book, then?
Glanced at it.
Action doesn't necessarily mean carrying a gun, Dingley.
I had the safety catch on till you took it off.
Yeah. Well, I think you ought to steer clear of philosophy. You misunderstand its purpose. It's not for doing, it's for talking about.
You think I made a fool of myself?
No. Yeah, not a fool. Spectacle.
You have to express yourself now and then.
Yeah. Now and then.
It's done me the world of good. I was a wee bit depressed.
I know.
Oh. Did it show? The workmen are back.
Oh, yeah?
Let's go and watch.
You're putting them on again, are you?
If I'm going to be laughed at, Stanley, I'm going to do it in style. Walk tall, Stan. Walk tall. When you come to think of it, there's a lot to be said for the well-timed futile gesture. It's the purest form of action, really. Being totally useless. Anyway, I enjoyed it.
Talking of futile gestures, I had a word with old Catchpole, the ironmonger. He's willing to donate the paint.
What paint?
There's a nice line in matte black. I'm getting a party up tonight to paint the line out again.
What's futile about that?
Right, him.
But, isn't it illegal?
Only if you get caught. It'll save the council money, won't it? Or, putting it another way, if they haven't got the money to paint the line out, they won't have the money to paint it back in again.
Pomfret here. Hello? Hello, hello? Hello? First they won't answer, now they're engaged. We may as well go around there. Come along, Mr. O'Shaughnessy. What are you doing?
A bit of tidying up. I don't like to be idle. I come off a family of 11, you know. We all mucked in together. Mucked in.
Yes, yes, you told me, but you know that you have mixed the red tulip bulbs in with the yellow.
And the white ones. There's room in the basket for all of them. They can all muck in together.
But we won't know which is which.
The customers will when they bloom. It doesn't matter to them.
Yes, I see. Come on. You have done tree surgery before.
Tree surgery? Second nature. Weeding's the only thing I'm not enamored of.
Why's that?
Well, people are very fussy, you know, what you pull up and what you don't. After all, they're all God's plants. Like people. How would you weed people?
I don't know.
Neither do I. Shall we get going?
Look after the shop, George. You do quite a bit of gardening, Mr. O'Shaughnessy.
Oh, I've done everything.
Did you drive?
I'll have a shot at it.
I'll drive.
I'll go.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Key on there. This boot down there.
You can't drive, Mr. O'Shaughnessy.
But you can't do anything till you try, can you?
Good job you had the handbrake on.
Oh, that was the trouble. This one is...
Stanley, we can't go on like this. You're sucking me dry, you're draining me out.
Shall I pour you a nice cup of tea?
Did I phone Mr. Pomfret or didn't I?
Ring him and ask him.
Stanley! Onto the door.
Oh, it's you, Dingley. Was it you before when there wasn't anyone there?
It's like the morning, Stanley.
Come in.
Just to let you know that I shall be late in this morning since this is my... I know you know, Mr. Pomfret. I'm just phoning you out of courtesy. If you find it disturbing to have me remind you that I'm... No, not at all. Please don't apologize. No, I just wanted to say... Well, I've said it. Goodbye. Men.
Look who's here, Lena.
Good morning. Excuse me.
We had a bit of a difficult night last night.
You what?
Well, Dingley, what brings you here?
The tree job.
The tree job?
Would you mind keeping your voices down, please?
The job in Ham. I told you. I thought I may as well pick you up on the way then.
Ham? Oh, Lena's got to go to Ham this morning. We can give her a lift. What's the address?
Wait a minute. Here it is. Dr. Lamb, 100
Dr. Lamb of Ham.
I see.
See what?
What?
There was a 10-second silence, then you said you saw. I just wondered what you could see so suddenly after 10-second silence. It's, none of my business.
We've got to go to Ham this morning, Lena. We can give you a lift.
Oh.
Lena's got to visit this friend in Ham.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't have to, Stanley, and he is not my friend. He is my therapist. You don't have to cover up for me, you know. I'm not ashamed of it.
Well, he is your friend, isn't he? I mean, don't try and tell me he just does it for the money.
It is an ongoing relationship. You don't understand.
On the contrary, I do understand.
You...
Oh, never mind. Oh, well, this'll be jolly. Shall we go, then? Are you ready, Lena?
Are you going to get dressed first?
Oh, good thinking. Yeah, it won't be a minute.
Oh. Sorry the place is in a mess.
Not to worry.
I'm not worried, just sorry. I dare say you'd be sorry if your place was in a mess like this.
It's in a fair mess. Oh, my place.
I'd offer you some coffee, but there isn't any.
No.
You don't want any?
Not if there isn't any. Nice room.
It's a terrible room. Oh, I'm sorry. I got very little sleep last night.
That's all right.
It's not all right. I need my sleep. I use a lot of nervous energy.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
Why?
Hmm?
Why?
Oh, living with Stan?
Dingley.
Yes.
Don't be offended, but I don't think I should come with you to Ham. You see, one's relationship with one's therapist is of a particular, I mean, one has to,
You need to be in the right frame of mind. And travelling with Stan and me in the van might possibly not be conducive to that.
The bastard's going away on holiday next week.
Dr. Lamb?
How do you know his name?
You told me.
No, I didn't.
Stan told me.
Oh, if I take the bus now, I'll be late. And he'll go into one of his sulks.
Your therapist?
He's, disappointed in my progress, you see, which makes me feel guilty, as if I'm letting him down, and of course that makes him feel guilty. After all, he's supposed to be in charge. Well, not in charge, it's a one-to-one relationship. After all, I mean, one shouldn't think in terms of progress, but of a creative process. Have you got any idea what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, yes. Oh, right there you are, Stanley.
At last.
Oh, you're going to come in the van with us then, are you?
Why don't you want me?
Oh, of course he wants you. You want her, don't you, Dingley? I mean, you'd like to have her in the van. No, I mean...
That'll do, Stanley.
Let's go.
Right.
Handbag.
Isn't it marvellous about women, Dingley? How at the last minute they always forget... wellies.
Oh, I thought you were ready. Isn't it marvellous?
Right.
Scarf.
I think I'll get a cup of coffee while I'm waiting.
There's no coffee.
Right, if we're ready then.
Dingley, someone's stealing our wheels.
Mr. O'Shaughnessy, you're taking the wheel off! No, I've had it off. Now I'm putting it back on again. I thought I'd have a shot on it. Is it flat? No, round. Put 4 nuts on. Yeah, one of the little monkeys scuttled down the drain there. Sure, them 4 will hold it.
This is Mr. O'Shaughnessy. He's helping us out. This is Mr. Partridge.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Partridge. You don't look too strong. Have you been ill?
Had a difficult birth.
Lena.
Pleased to meet you, Miss Lena. Are you on the job?
Giving Lena a lift to Ham.
Look, I think perhaps I'll take the bus.
Come on, Lena. We've travelled 4 in the van before.
I know, I remember.
Hey, would you like me to drive, and then you can talk amongst yourselves?
I'll drive.
You'd better get in last, as you're out first. Slam it hard.
How can I slam it when my hip's in the way?
Would you like me to get out and push on the door? I've got the weight. Would you stop the van? Right. Sure, you can't beat a good shag. Cigarette.
Dingley, what are you doing?
Getting the stuff out. We're here.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. Aye, we're here right enough.
No, we're not, Dingley.
Oh, I see.
Here you are, safe and sound.
Are we here or not?
I'm early.
Oh, that's good.
I don't like being early. It makes me look dependent. I'll just walk about for a while.
Oh.
Go away, then.
Oh, oh, right. Well, goodbye, Lena. Have a good, Off we go, then.
Aren't we here? Where to?
Why didn't you tell her we were working there?
She'd think I was spying on her. She'll go in a minute.
She'll see the van when she comes out.
Not if we leave it here.
And cart all the stuff down the road.
We're here now, are we?
So what went wrong last night?
It's that shrink. Poisons her mind against me. Convinces her she's in the right. And he's going on holiday next week. So she's feeling rejected. Standard behaviour. He's a substitute father figure, you see.
Substitute?
Yeah, I'm first substitute. I said she ought to take advantage of his absence and try and kick the habit so she could devote more time to things around the home.
You mean you?
Yeah, that's where the argument started. Let's see if she's gone in. Oh. Hello, Lena. This way.
Are we there now? Gone in.
In there somewhere, lying on his couch.
Mr. O'Shaughnessy, you're picking the flowers off! No, I'm not. I'm dead heading them to make sure they keep blooming. What's to be done, then?
Just a general tidy up, Mr. O'Shaughnessy. There are tools in that shed around the corner.
Leave it to me.
Mr. O'Shaughnessy, don't forget, if you lay in turf, green side up.
I'm not that fond of ethnic jokes, Mr. Partridge.
That's the tree. Those branches are blocking the view from the window.
Needs moving, really. You pull it up, I'll carry it. Where did you find Mr. O'Shaughnessy?
He came in the shop. He can do anything. He's strong. The wall of his room's covered with broken spades.
Permanent?
We're none of us permanent, Stan. Let's get the ladder up.
Stanley, you know what you're doing?
I'm not a fool, Dingley.
What? I didn't say anything. Here. Catch hold of this. Now, loop it over that top branch. now tie to your own branch.
Right.
That's it. Good.
She's in there somewhere, lying on his couch. Wouldn't I like to listen in?
It's really her business, Stanley.
She tells him everything, you know. It's what gives these mad doctors their kicks. If I was walking naked down the street with a bag over my head, he'd know who I was. And he passes it on in his club. Giggle at me over the turbot. It's lies! All lies!
Stanley, I'm trying to think. It's too close to that window. If it swings, it'll go straight through.
There's somebody in the window steadying it. I'll see if there's anyone about. I expect he keeps his failed experiments up there, chained to the walls. Wonder if he's got an underground laboratory. There's nobody in. I'll go straight up.
You can't do that.
I just slip straight up and open the window. There's no problem.
Stanley.
Look, if I don't show up in 5 minutes, send for an exorcist.
No, Stanley.
Good boy, good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. My God, werewolves yet. Stanley, what are you doing there?
Perfectly still, Dingley. Look him straight in the eye, show him his master.
I'm not very good with dogs.
Don't tell him that.
Get a string of sausages out of the fridge.
What for?
It always worked in the Beano.
Good boy. There's a good dog.
So far, so good.
What do you mean I could leave him? It's my flat he's living in. He'd have to leave me.
What I mean is...
I know exactly what you mean. What you mean is I don't really have any problems. I just make them up. So it doesn't matter whether you're around or not to support me, since support isn't necessary.
Lena, I shall only be away for a fortnight.
What has that got to do with it? Did I mention you're going away? Did I say I couldn't answer for the consequences if you deserted me at this particular moment in time and only hoped you wouldn't regret it when you came back? Did I?
Well, hello.
God, what's he done to you?
There's nothing much up here, but there's some quite nice Chelsea china in the sitting room.
What?
You are a burglar.
No, were you expecting one?
Window cleaner.
Nope.
You're not a rapist.
Only if you insist.
Wait a minute, don't tell me.
Go.
Shaughnessy, you let go of the lawnmower.
What's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?
I live here. I'm his daughter.
Oh, knocks you about, does he? You don't have to protect him, you know. Look, why don't you tell me all about it?
Mr. O'Shaughnessy!
Spot a bother outside. Won't be a moment. Don't go away.
Oh, you can't open it. The sash cords are broken.
I'll just use the bottom one up.
Stanley!
No! Lena.
What are you trying to do to me?
You might have told me it was the top sash cord that had gone.
You didn't ask. Does it hurt?
Only when I laugh. Couldn't give me a hand, could you?
Mr. O'Shaughnessy let go of the mower.
I thought you said he could do anything.
I bet you couldn't hit a ladder with a lawnmower at 25 yards.
I don't know whether that branch is safe.
Neither do I.
Get off it.
I wish I could.
Dingley, you'll have my head off.
Hold your end. How can I?
Something, Mr. Paisley. Can you let me down?
Down, is it?
Yes.
I'll have a shot at it.
No.
Gently it is. What? What the devil is going on? I have a patient in there.
Ha-ha! Dr. Lambert. We meet at last. Well, it's lies. All lies.
What? What are you doing in my daughter's bedroom?
Dr. Lamb, given your daughter's condition and my condition, there's very little we can be doing. Anyway, you call yourself a psychiatrist. Why don't you keep your sash cords in order?
Come in, Mr. Paisley. I'll have you down in a brace of shakes.
You never miss an opportunity, do you?
Here she goes. But this... Ah! Dr. Lamb, this come off your mower. Shall I get it fixed for you?
Cheer up, Lena. Could have been worse. Might have broken my fingers. Now, Lena. No.
Shall we get back to work? I don't like being idle.
Count your blessings. I knew a man once who broke both his wrists. He had to lap his beer out of a dog bowl.
I can't even make it up with her.
Why not?
Well, look.
They're only bruised. They'll be all right in a week or two.
A week or two? You're any good monasteries, Dingley?
I don't suppose you meant that about throwing out of the flat.
I need that woman, Dingley. I mean, where would I live?
And that surgical operation she wanted done on you, it was only a figure of speech.
Yeah, and then to try and strangle me with that length of mower cord. I mean, it's not like her. Not when you consider we did her a favour.
How's that?
Well, she didn't want him to go on holiday, did she? They can't now, not with a broken collarbone.
You can go on holiday with a broken collarbone.
Not rock climbing. I mean, the family's obviously accident-prone. I mean, look at his daughter. Might have killed himself rock climbing. Probably saved his life. There's no gratitude. I'll never be able to play the piano again.
Of course you will.
No, I won't. Couldn't before.
That's a very old joke, Stan.
Look, what do you expect in my mood? Max Miller?
I'd go home if I were you while your fingers still hurt. Throw yourself on her mercy.
Yeah, and then if she attacks me, I can't defend myself. She'll beat me to pulp. She'll do all those things she said she'd do. Can I come and stay at your place?
No.
Can't get my money out for the next round.
Same again.
Perhaps if I went home with a look of agony on my face, she'd feel sorry for me. I mean, I swear I'd never do it again.
Won't you?
Well, Dr. Lamb won't have his back, will he? After smashing his windows, breaking his collarbone, wrecking his lawnmower and killing his dog.
You shouldn't judge us on first impressions.
Would you employ us?
Cheers.
I suppose I ought to look on the bright side. I mean, it's not everyone who can be involved in the breaking of his girlfriend's therapist's collarbone, is it? Cheers.